professional boxing debut. He enters the ring wearing blue trunks with black trim. He hails from Auckland, New Zealand, and weighed in at 61.4 kgs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Aung Sanda! And his opponent fighting in the red corner, entering the ring wearing white trunks with black trim. He hails from Wellington, New Zealand. He weighed in at 60.3 kgs. He brings to the ring an undefeated record of 2 wins, no losses, with both of his wins coming by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Scott "The Rock" Gardner! 4-3 from the bell rings, the man in charge is referee Paul
Look at the tail of the tape. Scott "The Rock" Gardner with 2 wins, both win KOs, round 1 and round 2 up against Aung Sanda. So it's Wellington versus Auckland, lightweight battle, and both of these boxers very, very good amateur careers. And I tell you what, both 24, very, very similar in the height, weight, age, and reach as well. But I think we're talking about tattoo territory, aren't we here? Ring of Fire and Thunder. A couple of classic songs to come out to as the boy from Upper Hutt, Scott "The Rock" Gardner, eyeballs Sanda. 4 3-minute rounds, lightweight, professional boxing.
These two are featherweights, and Scott "The Rock" Gardner looks like an angry little man from the capital. Aung Sanda.
Will he be in for a bit of capital punishment?
Well, let's see. He's got the
stare going.
Got the clover. Got the Irish clover there.
Gary McChrystal
on his shorts. He's fighting out of the Shamrock Gym, of course. Ron Foley. Also in his corner, Floyd Foley, who fought David Tour as an amateur, Floyd Foley, of course, was a very good New Zealand amateur heavyweight champ. Boys starting educated. These two are very skilled fighters. Aung Sanda, nice loose hands and good crisp punches as well.
Going down to the body straight away, Rock.
A little bit wide, a little bit tight at this point, Scott Gardner. He's a tough, willing fighter is what you'd call him. One of those guys that the harder you hit him, the harder he comes back. He can, however, be outpointed. Aung Sanda, nice, crisp little dig to the body there with the right hand. Now, those Everlast gloves they're wearing, they're puncher's gloves. A lot of the padding's on the top. There's not a lot of padding in the knuckles. So don't be surprised if we do see a couple of knockouts.
I tell you what, for his professional debut, Paul McSharry said Aung Sanda has got lots of experience. He's technical and he's fast and straight away. His first bit of professional boxing, he's looked every bit of that.
Well, he's defensively sound as well. Compact, good eyes.
Scott "The Rock" Gardner's just trying to line up that big overhand right.
Yep. So far, we've seen a few wanging punches, the big bolo punches from Scott "The Rock" Gardner. He likes to leverage low and then come up with winging punches off either hand.
But sometimes with too many air punches, you can blow a lot of energy. And
you notice Aung Sanda very crisp with his shots. He doesn't waste a lot at this point.
Moving.
Nice body shots there. But Aung Sanda, see how he just ducked under the winging right hand from Scott Gardner.
And in this lightweight division, you take it and I'll give it. That's exactly what they do.
Nice right hand there from Scott Gardner. Aung Sanda, he's been clipped. Keeps his composure, gloves up high, but we've seen for the first time why they call him "The Rock." Another winging right hand
in the corner, but he's standing there trying to fight his way out of trouble.
Well, again, keeps his composure. The eyes look clear. He's just got to watch he doesn't get too complacent in there. Gardner's shown he's got some sting in his shots. For the first time we see Gardner going under a couple of shots. Not much of the old lead with the jab, throw the right hand from Scott Gardner. More about lead with the head, throw both hands. Aung Sanda, again, nice crisp back to the jab. Big whipping body shot there from Scott Gardner in reply to the technical shots. That shot came off the shoulder.
Notice that left rip to the body, then the big overhand right. That's how he's trying to set him up.
And now he's in
trouble now. Trying to go for another first round KO. Scott "The Rock" Gardner.
Big right hands clipping off. Although he's rolling them off, it's the body shot that's doing the damage there for Scott Gardner. He really winds it up. Aung Sanda now needs to keep his elbow tight. Watch out for the left hook coming upstairs from Scott Gardner. Well, the ref watching very closely as we head to the towels. Aung Sanda looked to have that round under control until we saw he got a taste of Scott the Rock Gardner.
Let's go to the corners, get the call from the corner men.
Shorten them up. Right, give the left foot there. Bring the left hook back over the short right hand. Forget the bowling right hand so much.
Highlights from round one, Sky Arena. Aung Sanda in the blue and Scott the Rock Gardner landing one of those big overhand rights. Set up as he goes down below with a swinging left body rip. Trying to just get Sanda into the hitting zone. There's that left rip. Then he'll follow it up with a good overhand right. Bang, bang, boom.
A lot of those big shots are going off the shoulders, but that shot just in behind the elbow really hurt Sanda. And Scott Gardner knows now he can hurt this boy to the body. Don't be surprised to see him go there again.
It's like trying to defend yourself against a windmill.
Well, he's just got to get on his bike. He's just not going to allow Gardner to tee off. Sanda's the quicker fighter. He's the taller fighter. He's got a slight reach advantage as well. Just can't afford to sit there on the ropes and let Scott Gardner have his way, because that's the only way he's going to win this fight, is if he stays mobile and lets him get inside and get a rhythm to the body.
Yeah, use his speed, use his jab, stay out of trouble, don't get in that range of the big overhand right.
He's got good head movement too, and you notice when Scott Gardner tried to finish, a lot of those winging right hands he rolled off the shoulder. Again, going back downstairs with a sharp little right hand, little
trying to slip an
uppercut on the
jab.
inside. And again, just step half a pace back. And don't give Gardner the chance to second phase. Nice head work there. And again, shuffling along the ropes, making Gardner follow him and walk him onto your punches. Good work from Aung Sanda, the pro debutant.
Yeah, he's boxing well here at the moment, trying to avoid one of those big haymakers that the boy from Upper Hutt. 2 fights at the Trentham Racecourse, both in April and May. A round 1 knockout, a round 2 knockout. Very good amateur career, featherweight champ, can box. He is a fighter.
Well, he loves to fight. And as I said earlier, he's an angry little man.
He's given that Thunder Boy a bit of ring of fire so far.
Yeah, there's no question there's a bit of mongrel in both these two. Ron Foley called for the left hook after the uppercut or after the right hand, and I think that's a shot that will work, because Scott Gardner, if you notice his right glove, it's a little bit loose. Aung Sanda's just got to set it up. Again, he's just waiting on the ropes there. Needs to get out, back into real estate.
Once again, a bit like round 1, where Sanda, good boxing, staying out of trouble, and then being hunted and stalked by Scott the Rock Gardner in the white shorts, trying to set up some big power punches.
Flipping overhead right, nice hand speed for the first time there from Scott Gardner. And again, that left body rip really comes off the right overhand right. And that's a nice little right body shot there that Scott Gardner felt, and that backed him up.
And lands a couple of good lefts as well.
Ron Foley called for it, and now we see Scott Gardner walking for it.
Oh, big right. Good combination. Trying to stay out of trouble. Backed up into the corner, Sanda.
Well, he took a lot of those shots on the gloves. Good defense, good eyes. But we saw Scott Gardner, when you hit him and hurt him, he comes back hard. That overhand right, again, just looking to dip the elbow over.
Trying to set it up. He's landed a couple of good punches in this round. Once again, he finishes strongly, the Rock.
Well, Aung Sanda, as soon as he stops throwing punches, it allows Scott Gardner to get inside and do his work. And he can't really do that. He needs to keep busy, needs to use his skills, make him walk onto his shots and then move. Right now, this is his fight. Scott Gardner's happy to fight in the phone box as he turns him nicely on the ropes. Gardner underneath the right hand.
End of round 2.
A very evenly contested round as we head back to the towels. This is a 4 by 3 minute round bout. Scott Gardner's corner be a lot happy with it.
So Scott the Rock Gardner, very impressive. Geez, tough. Got a good bomb on him.
Well,
Bangs away.
Got legitimately rocked with the body shot. It stiffened him up a bit, and then the left hook. But he's got some mongrel in him. You hit him, and he comes back hard and lets you know about it.
Strong left hand, work it. Walk to the floor. All right.
So we're told to work that left hand. Here's Sanda with the Shamrock Gym in the corner.
Of the two, you see breathing a little harder.
Okay, and then push off. All right, up you go.
2 rounds into the world of professional boxing.
Well, he's certainly learning. It's not easy in there. He hasn't been fed an easy beat that he can bowl over. Ron Foley calling for him to just step back half a pace, come with the uppercut left hook, use his angles, because Gardner's a walk-forward fighter. He's pretty straightforward, he's pretty basic, but what he does very well and effectively.
Sky Arena, Telstra Clear Pacific Event Centre, it's redemption. Tua Barrett 2, our first pro fight of the night. Sell-out crowd, plenty of people booking the fight night to see if the Tua man can do the business that Tua Manata. But right now it's the Rock and a ring of fire against Sanda.
Well, he's using his head now quite well, Scott Gardner. He's got starting to find a rhythm with his right hand. His corner call for the left hand, interestingly. You haven't seen a lot of that feature, particularly from a guy with such a good amateur pedigree, though he is trying to find a time and a home for his right hand over the top of Aung's lazy left jab. Aung needs to get busy with his left hand a little more. Double up on it wouldn't hurt him at all.
Often your jab is your best form of defence. Just keep away from me, keep away from me.
Now, this is a brawl now. This is Scott Gardner's territory. Aung Sanda just trying to be defensive.
Oh, he's got him on the ropes and he's banging away, and I think Paul McSherry says that's enough.
Well, it's an interesting call, a very early stop.
No, they want to keep fighting. They both want to keep fighting.
Yeah, well, we've watched amateur fighting tonight. They might stop it, but I'm a little bit disappointed. Ron Foley, he's seen it all before, but he's far from impressed. It's Scott Gardner starting to bring it home. Well, it's perhaps our first controversy of the night. Aung Sanda very disappointed. Fight he could easily have won as we go back to the replay. And Scott Gardner just coming home. Right hand, left hook, right hand. And Paul McSherry, seeing his man hurt, prevented him from going on in this bout for a TKO victory. Oh, very disappointed Aung Sanda on his pro debut. Took on a 3-time New Zealand featherweight champ. And that was the shot that did the home. The left hook, the right hand in the follow-up. No standing 8 counts under WBO rules. So Paul McSherry in there calling a halt to the bout in the 3rd round.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together for that fight right there? What do you say? 113 left in round number 3. Your winner out of the red corner, Scott "The Rock" Gardner.
There, mate.
Yeah, mate, yeah. Took a while to get warmed up, but yeah, I got there in the end, I suppose.
Pretty basic fight plan, just absorb a bit of the pressure with the jabs and then unleash with the old lower left and the big right.
Yeah, I just sort of try to calm it down a little bit, and there I wasn't getting my feet up there, but coach and there said, you know, get your feet up there, calm it down and just go back to boxing, and it worked.
Well, 3-0, 3 KOs. Did you want to go on with it? Paul McSherry was looking after Sanda on his debut. Didn't want too much damage there.
Oh, it would have been nice to keep going. I felt like I was just getting warmed up, but, you know, hey.
Well, you certainly warmed up the crowd. A round of applause for Scott "The Rock" Gardner.